Anyway, that was good. All right, you know what, guys? I'm just trying to figure out here. Do black people not get married anymore? I mean, do we not get married anymore? I'm trying to figure out what is really going on and what are we putting forth? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, all right, y'all. This is James from Non Free Project. Remember to subscribe, share, and like this video. I am going to just get right into this conversation here, and yeah, it's sort of starting to blow me away when I hear about it and think about it. So the statistics show that many black women aren't getting married nowadays. Is upwards of 40% or something like that. And I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of numbers and trying to quote all of these statistics and so forth. But if that being the case, and what I have even recognized myself, is that is really sad. And what is leading me to have this conversation here is the fact that one day we actually had, and this is what happened here recently, is that one day we had the maintenance guy to come by, and they were having to do some repairs to the sprinkler system within the unit. So my wife and I were here, and the kids were, I think that, yeah, the kids were here, and we were sitting around and we were cleaning up. The kids were playing and so forth, and the guy who was with the maintenance team, I guess he saw some pictures and so forth, and one of the things that he had this perplexed look on his face, and which really threw me off, but he looked at my wife and I, he said, "Are you two married?" And of course, in our eyes, we're like, yeah, of course we're married. There's no doubt about that. So, and he was like, "Oh, I was just asking, no offense or anything like that. But I just wanted to, I was just wondering if you two were married." We were like, "Yeah, we're married," and because he said he saw the picture sitting up there and so forth. But it started to make me wonder after he asked that question, because quite frankly, I was surprised at the way that he asked the question. I don't think he was asking the question trying to figure out whether or not my wife is with me or whatever. But he was asking, the way that he asked the question, he said it as though to say, it's not uncommon for him to see a man and a woman living together with kids and this and that, and they're not married. And if that being the case, and now mind you, the neighborhood that we live in is predominantly black. Predominantly black neighborhoods here. So so I would assume that from his experience and what he sees here within these units, that he see a lot of commingling, male and female relationships here with children, but no one's married. And so if that is the case here, that's really sad. I think it's really sad, and it speaks to a lot to either people's fears of being married or not feeling like is necessarily the necessary and right thing to do, and not even, and maybe it's the fear of this lifetime commitment. I don't know what it is, but it really got me to thinking, like, wow, are we like, are we that rare? Is the black family unit that rare nowadays? Is it odd that a black man and a black woman would get together and decide to create a family and try to live for God and do godly things? I mean, is it that rare? I mean, has the picture actually changed from when we had strong black family units and so forth to this complete breakdown of the black family? And I'm not going to get into all of the socioeconomic reasons as to why these things happen, but is it that rare that a black man would decide to find him a black woman and they create black babies and build a black family and then create a black community? Is it that rare? I don't know that. I mean, but to me, it was never a question about being married. It was never a question about, in terms of, if I'm going to be with a woman, that whether or not she was going to be my wife. I wasn't going to do this co-mingling. We weren't going to do all of, living together for 3 and 4 years and decide, oh, okay, well, yeah, let's go ahead and get married. Because in my mind, it's like, after a certain moment, as a grown man, I know whether or not I want you to be in my life for the rest of my life. And for women who allows themselves to be in a relationship for years and years and years and realizing that this man has not put a ring on it by now, you's a fool. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that. I don't mean to be mean, but you're crazy, because you're letting that man have the best part of you, and he has yet to make it an official thing. And I don't get that. I never understood that. If you want to go get a full-bred dog, they're going to have you get a license, get some papers on that dog and this and that. But yet you won't have a man to put a ring on it. And yet you're giving up the best part of you. Well, not the best part of you, but you're giving up your soul. You're giving up your body to a man that won't even honor you through marriage. I don't get that. I don't understand how women do that. After all the Tyler Perry movies that he done made to talk, and not to use Tyler Perry as as one to look for as a shining and beacon and example, but I guess I can say in his movies, I will say in most of his movies, he did highlight the importance of marriage and family in a lot of ways, and he showed the decimation of family and things of that nature in movies. But getting to my point is that he did put a high premium on the importance of family and marriage and children and building communities. And so for that I can appreciate. So, but with that being said, you women, you would flock to his shows, you would flock to the movies, you would flock to all of these pieces of entertainment that showed you what it should look like in a sense. But yet you go back and you do the exact opposite. I've never understood that. I mean, I can give you a prime example right now where I'm not even going to get into it, but yeah, we were very clear. It's like you probably shouldn't do that, and you probably shouldn't marry that person. But they went in, and now anyway. I'm not getting into that because I'm trying to give nobody's business out here on the YouTube land. Anyway, so y'all, I'm not trying to. I mean, is it rare? Is it that rare? So chime in, let me know. I mean, do you guys think it's rare? I mean, are you afraid to get married? Are people afraid to get married nowadays? I mean, are we so self-centered? Are we so turn into ourselves that we cannot express and share ourselves out to others? And granted, being married for about 7 years now, my wife will kill me if I don't get this right. Yeah, there are always challenges. There will always be challenges because you have the blending of two different people that are trying to get to know each other through the bonds of matrimony, and that within itself, from different backgrounds, it creates those situations where it's like, okay, I don't understand you, you don't understand me, and that's okay. That's understandable. But are you so selfish and so fearful of the whole concept of the idea and the giving of yourself that you run away from a bond of marriage, the lifetime commitment to someone? I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, those are my 2 cents on it. But yeah, so, there's nothing wrong with marriage. Black community, let's get it together. Black men, go find you a wife out there and just get married. If she's a good woman, she's a good woman. You've been with this woman for at least a year now, 2 years now, and it's like, get married. Stop living together. Stop shacking. Get married. All right, this is James from Non Free Project. Remember, Jesus Christ is Lord. Honor that. Peace.